What is up, guys, and welcome to Top 10 Attitude Era Moments. Now, this was a hard list to make just because there were so many great moments from the Attitude Era that it was so tough to get the top 10. But here's my list, guys. Let's get straight into number 10, Rock, This Is Your Life. The most viewed segment in WWE history was this moment. It was when Mick Foley was bringing back people from Rock's childhood. First, he brought back Rock's 6th grade teacher. The Rock roasted her. Then, his coach was introduced and he tells him to stick his whistle up his candy ass. Finally, The Rock's ex-girlfriend shows up and he violates her for not letting him go past second base. It was one of the funniest moments. The Rock and Mick Foley had great moments together, and this was definitely one of their greatest. Number 9, Brian Pillman gun incident. In this moment, we have Brian Pillman chilling at his house waiting for Austin to break in. Yet, he was pretty prepared. As soon as Austin broke in the house, Brian Pillman pulls out a gun and everybody yells and the TV goes black. No one knows what's happening. USA was furious WWE did this on national TV and didn't even warn the USA Network. So they got in trouble, WWE got in trouble, everyone got in trouble for this one segment, but it was definitely a segment to remember. That's just Brian Pillman, he was crazy. Number 8, Stunner to Mr. McMahon. The first time Austin stunnered Vince McMahon was the beginning of a great feud, and honestly, Stone Cold versus Vince was a great feud. Even though it was a horrible sell of a stunner, this will never be forgotten because it was a stepping stone to Austin versus McMahon. Number 7, DX invades WCW. One day on Raw, DX decided to take a mini tank and invade WCW. They made their way to the outside of the arena, made fun of the WCW with the WCW fans, and even got fans to say, WCW sucks. Exactly like that. They knocked on the doors, but WCW never opened the door. Imagine they opened the doors and it was NWO versus DX. Ooh, that would be a great feud. Number 6, The Rock versus Mankind. Mankind was facing The Rock for the WWE title. Both men were down and you hear a glass shatter. Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out, hits The Rock with the chair shot, and throws Mankind over The Rock. 1, 2, 3. And Mankind becomes the new WWE Champion. Mick Foley finally did it. He did what he wanted to do ever since he was a little kid. The crowd loved it because it was the loudest pop, I think one of the loudest pops in the history of the WWE. This moment also gave a momentum to the WWE to beat WCW in the ratings for the first time. So after this, that's when WWE just started going crazy with ratings and WCW was going down. Number 5, The Beer Truck. The corporation was in the ring making fun of Stone Cold for not being champion. The Rock, you know him doing all his talk, the jabroni, candy ass, all that. But why would you make fun of someone with a beer truck? I have no idea, to be honest. Stone Cold decided to spray the corporation with beer and they were soaking wet. It was a funny moment because you just see Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon just like falling in beer, and it was pretty cool because this has been the first time someone actually brought beer and they just sprayed someone. Number 4, King of the Ring 1998. Undertaker and Mankind were on top of the cell. You guys know this moment so much because I bring it up so much in my top 10s. Undertaker throws Mankind off of the 20-foot cell. I'll never forget these words. By God Almighty, as God is my witness, that man is broken in half. Craziest moment. Oh my God, that's the most hardcore moment ever. Number 3, the double turn. Austin versus Bret Hart in a submission match. Bret Hart had Austin in the sharpshooter, and instead of tapping, Stone Cold did not want to tap and look weak, so he just knocked out. He lost without tapping. Bret Hart wasn't letting go of the lock after the match was over. Basically, it made Bret Hart look like the bad guy not letting go, and it made Stone Cold look like the good guy because he's like not giving up. If this never happened, Bret Hart turning heel and Stone Cold turning face, who knows if we would have had Stone Cold Steve Austin. Number 2, the Montreal Screwjob. Definitely one of the most craziest moments in the history of the WWE. Bret Hart's contract was up after Survivor Series in 1997, but he wanted to win in his hometown in Montreal. But Vince told him he had to lose. Bret Hart said no. He refused on that. He said, I'm not losing. I'll win tonight and I'll drop the title tomorrow. So no one knew what was going to happen that night. 3 people knew: Shawn Michaels, Vince McMahon, and the referee Earl Hebner. Shawn Michaels had Bret Hart in the sharpshooter and Vince called for the bell. No one tapped. He literally called for the bell. This is a great moment because it basically made Vince McMahon the biggest heel and no one liked him ever since. So this was a stepping stone for Vince McMahon and his run. And number 1, the most memorable moment. I think this is the start of the Attitude Era and also the start of Stone Cold Steve Austin, Austin 3:16. After Stone Cold won the King of the Ring 1996 against Jake Roberts, he went to receive his crown, but he went to shoot a promo before he did so. He said his most famous line of all time, Austin 316 said, I just whooped your ass. I say it's the start of the Attitude Era, but more importantly, the start of Stone Cold Steve Austin, because he moved from the stunning Steve Austin to Stone Cold Steve Austin, and the badass that we all know and love, and the man that basically revolutionized the whole Attitude Era, helped us with the ratings. You know what I mean? That is definitely my top 10 greatest Attitude Era moments. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Comment down what I missed, because I definitely missed some great moments. Take care and spike your hair.